You crack open the eggs. The milk hits the bowl. You take yesterday's bread, the slices nobody wanted, and you soak them. The bread drinks the mixture, turns gold in the pan, and suddenly your kitchen smells like a bakery. But here's the thing that nobody asks. Why is this called French toast? It sounds so intentional, so official, like it was perfected in some elegant Parisian kitchen and exported to the rest of the world. But what if that name is a complete lie? What if the dish itself comes from somewhere else entirely, and the word French was just slapped on for marketing? This is the real story, and it starts not in France. It starts in ancient Rome. Around the 4th century, a cookbook attributed to a man named Apicius describes something almost identical to what's on your plate right now. Stale bread, soaked in milk and eggs, fried in oil, sometimes drizzled with honey. The Romans weren't being fancy. They were being practical. In a world where food waste could mean hunger, turning old bread into something delicious was survival. It worked. And when the Roman Empire expanded across Europe, this technique went with it. Medieval kitchens from England to Germany had their own versions. Germans called it Amrita, literally poor nights. English cooks called it pain perdu, which is French for lost bread, lost because the bread would have been discarded. But here's what's wild. France still calls it pain perdu, not French toast, never French toast. So if France doesn't call it French toast, where did that name actually come from? This is where the real answer gets interesting. By the 1660s, the phrase French toast started appearing in English cookbooks. One of the earliest printed references is in a book called The Accomplished Cook. But here's the thing. By that point, the recipe was already hundreds of years old in England. It wasn't French, it never was. So why add the word French? Because in the 1600s and 1700s, labeling something as French meant something. It meant refinement, it meant sophistication, it meant style. English merchants and cookbook writers slapped the word French onto ordinary things to make them sound more elegant, to make them sell better. It's the same reason you see French cologne and French fries and French doors. The word French meant something. It was expensive. It meant fashionable. It was worth paying attention to. There is a popular myth that a man named Joseph French in 18th century Albany, New York, invented the dish and forgot the apostrophe. So, French's toast became French toast. But historians have completely demolished this story. There's zero evidence. The name was already in use in England before Joseph French was even born. This myth is just something people invented because the real answer seemed too simple. We lied about it to sell more of it. The moment you understand this, something clicks. The name wasn't accurate. It was advertising. By the time French toast hit colonial America, the term was already cemented. American cookbooks used it. Diners printed it on menus. By the 1900s, packaged bread companies reinforced it. The name stuck, not because it was true, but because repetition is stronger than accuracy. Language doesn't reward precision, it rewards familiarity. But here's the final detail that almost nobody knows. In France itself, the dish evolved completely differently. Modern pain perdu in France is often thinner, more delicate, sometimes flavored with vanilla or cinnamon, sometimes served with a light dusting of sugar, not a thick cut, not drowned in syrup. The French version is intentionally restrained. If you served American-style French toast in an actual French kitchen, they would look at it like you'd invented something new. So the next time you flip a piece of French toast in your pan, that golden dripping slice, remember this. You're not eating something French. You're eating something Roman, refined by medieval English cooks, branded with a lie, and then sold back to America as what it never was. You're eating a marketing campaign that lasted 4 centuries. And the best part? Almost nobody knows it. Share this with someone who's never questioned it. They'll see breakfast completely differently tomorrow.